After working through prevention, hardening, patching, privilege control, and multi-factor authentication, you now reach the final strategy in the Essential 8. This lecture is about accepting reality without surrendering control. No matter how strong your defenses are, there is always the possibility that something will slip through. A zero-day vulnerability, a misconfiguration, a trusted third party, or simple human error can still lead to compromise. Regular backups exist because cybersecurity is not only about preventing incidents, it is about surviving them. The Australian Cybersecurity Centre places backups as the final Essential 8 strategy for a reason. Backups are not a sign of weakness, they are a sign of maturity. They acknowledge that resilience matters just as much as prevention. To understand why backups matter so much, you need to understand how modern ransomware attacks actually work. Ransomware is no longer just about encrypting files and asking for money. In many attacks, data is stolen first, then encrypted, and sometimes deliberately destroyed. Attackers know that if recovery is impossible, pressure increases. They target backups specifically because backups are the one thing that takes their leverage away. In real incidents, organizations discovered that backups were incomplete, outdated, inaccessible, or already compromised. At that moment, prevention no longer matters. Recovery becomes the only question that counts. This is why backups are not optional or secondary. They are the last line of defense when everything else has failed. Many organizations believe they have backups, but far fewer have good backups. Good backups are reliable, recent, complete, and recoverable. They are not just copies of files. They include systems, configurations, and data required to restore operations meaningfully. A backup that exists but cannot be restored in time is not a backup. A backup that is months old may technically work but still result in catastrophic data loss. Good backups are designed with recovery in mind, not just storage. Understanding this shifts your thinking. You stop asking, "Are we backing up?" and start asking, "Could we recover when it matters most?" One of the most important lessons from real ransomware incidents is that attackers target backups early. If backups are always online, always writable, and accessible with the same credentials as production systems, attackers will eventually find and destroy them. This is why offline and immutable backups exist. Offline backups are not continuously connected to production environments. Immutable backups cannot be altered or deleted for a defined period, even by administrators. These characteristics remove the attacker's ability to erase recovery options quietly. From an attacker's perspective, immutable backups are deeply frustrating. They break the ransomware business model. From your perspective, they provide confidence under pressure. A backup that has never been tested is a promise, not a capability. Backup testing means restoring data, systems, or services in controlled conditions to ensure the process actually works. This is where many organizations discover painful truths: missing data, corrupted backups, slow recovery times, or undocumented dependencies. Testing is not about mistrust, it is about assurance. When backups are tested regularly, recovery becomes predictable rather than chaotic. People know what to do, timelines are understood, gaps are identified before a crisis exposes them. Backup testing turns recovery from hope into evidence-based confidence. Recovery is not just a technical exercise, it is a business conversation. You need to understand how long systems can be unavailable, how much data loss is acceptable, and which services must be restored first. These decisions cannot be made during an incident. They must be discussed and agreed in advance. Recovery assurance aligns technical capability with business reality. It ensures that backups are not only technically sound but operationally meaningful. When recovery expectations are unclear, even successful restores can feel like failure. Clear expectations turn recovery into a managed process rather than a scramble. Backups themselves must be protected. If attackers can access, modify, or delete backups, they become useless. This is why backup systems require strong access controls, separation of duties, and monitoring. Backup administration should be limited, deliberate, and visible. One of the most common failures is allowing backup systems to be managed with the same accounts and privileges as production systems. This creates a single point of failure. Strong backup security treats recovery capability as critical infrastructure, not convenience. Regular backups do not replace any of the strategies you learned earlier. They complete them. Application control, patching, hardening, privilege restriction, and MFA all aim to prevent or limit attacks. Backups accept that prevention may fail and ensure that failure does not become catastrophe. Together, the Essential 8 forms a balanced approach. Prevent what you can, limit what you cannot, and recover from what remains. By the end of this lecture, you should see backups as resilience, not resignation. Good backups remove fear from incident response. They turn ransomware from an existential threat into a recoverable event. They give leaders options when pressure is highest. Backups are not about technology alone. They are about preparedness, confidence, and control. With this lecture, you have now completed the 8 mitigation strategies that form the core of the Essential 8. In the next phase of this course, you will move beyond individual controls and explore how these strategies work together as a system, how maturity evolves over time, and how leaders communicate cyber resilience effectively. If this lecture helped you understand why backups are essential to real cyber resilience, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share your thoughts or questions in the comments. This is a free educational channel and it costs you nothing, but your support truly makes a difference. Your subscription and engagement help keep this channel running and support the creation of clear, practical cybersecurity education for everyone.